Over the first 2 months of development, I have focused on the foundations of a fun gameplay loop. Building towers, killing enemies, and using the spoils to upgrade and build more towers. But I want the core draw of my game to be a depth of strategy past what the player can do at runtime. Players will be able to implement overarching strategies by modifying their towers with specialized skills, testing their strategy during gameplay, and then updating, building upon, and revising their strategy with every completed level or research component.
Okay, so I decided, oh shit, buddy, I gotta dig a little deeper. There's no Pepe Silvia, you got.
To make my crazy brainstorming for this work a little bit better, I've split it up into 2 parts. Runtime and downtime. My runtime strategies are strategies that the player can implement when the level is running.
No shit, Sherlock.
Where to put towers, when to upgrade versus build a new tower, what type of tower to build, etc, etc, etc. My downtime strategies are what the player can do in between the levels, choosing which new skills for their towers they want to research, upgrading a tower's base stats, and adding components to towers that will augment their existing stats or add new abilities. The first new item I broke ground on was the tower menu. An early prototype can be seen here where I can select a tower to modify, then I can select one of the 5 component slots to fill, and fill that slot with a component. I built a structure and a data table for these components so I can quickly adjust and play with balancing component abilities. While the slots are set at downtime, they are activated during the runtime of the game.
I was running.
Here I have a tower with a component that will give it a chain impact, affecting not only the targeted enemy, but additional enemies in succession to it, just like the chain impact we all know and love. The component is set in the first slot, which unlocks on the tower's 3rd level. There's 15 levels. A new component unlocks every 3 levels. So I, as the player, have the option to pay for a new tower or continue to increase the level of my existing tower to unlock its new power. My hope is that small decisions like this will become more impactful when the player gets to set their own components. Yes, I have seen this in a couple other tower defense games, but not a lot of them, and I really wanted to explore it further within my own. This month I also set up my towers to have 3 different types of impacts. They're your standard ones, chain, splash, and point, as well as the base stats of range, rate of fire, and damage per hit. Not only can the components modify each of these, or any combination of these, they can also apply effects to the enemy. The effects I have set up are damage over time, an increase or decrease in enemy speed, and a reduction of enemy armor. I'm going to combine these together in the components to try to create new unique ways to play the game that will assist in crafting your own personal strategy. This will allow me to create endless different components that can be researched or won to fit every player's playstyle. I think it would be cool to have a berserk munition that adds a total reduction of enemy armor, but makes them speed up. Would it be worth it to be able to take out a tank's armor, but have less time that you can actually shoot at that tank? I'm also working on developing more environment-driven strategies at runtime. Here I added a tower placement and range strategy. This allows you to stick your towers on higher elevations for increased range, but also increased cost. Because I want everything to feel intuitive, I'm working on where visual indication can be best used. You can see here that while dragging your tower around available placements, that the range ring adjusted size to the placement bonus. The tower material has also been converted to a dynamic material and uses a vector parameter through a Fresnel to indicate if the tower is in a buildable spot or ready for an upgrade. I did get a little bit of time to play around with an AI generated character tutorial that I will link in the comments or in the description. I was able to make this little goblin in about 30 minutes. Although the results for the effort is well worth it, I think, I will still make the enemies the old-fashioned way, but I thought the process was super cool, so definitely check that tutorial out. So I know it wasn't a lot this month, but I'm trying to juggle a lot of things right now. I want to ask you what you think I should work on next month. I'm kind of split between 2 options. One, I really like the art of the game and kind of want to dive into creating final models for the towers. On the other hand, though, I feel like I should probably go through and make sure I finish the menu and the UI before I get too excited about where the modeling goes. So let me know your opinion in the comments down below, and I'll see you next month for another update.